everybody. We're going to get started pretty soon here. Glad you could join me. We're going to wait another 5 minutes or so. I am new to this Google Hangouts thing, so I'm sorry if there's any technical difficulties, but it seems to be working great so far. Maybe if someone could try and send me a text or a message. I think it might be through the Q&A. I'm just sort of checking at our screen here. Then I will just know that that's working as well. Everybody, we're going to get started pretty quick here. If you haven't already done your morning workout, you might want to just take a chance to stand up and stretch and breathe and connect a little bit with your body before we get started. Just noticing what sensations are in the body, where the stiffness is, where the resistance is. So go ahead and do that. I'm going to give a few minutes to people who are still getting onto the call. And a couple of people have let me know that they're able to get on the call, so that's great. I'm happy that the technology is working today for us. I have a feeling the group energy is going to be really great. It feels really nice already. Feel free to have a glass of water, a cup of tea, or your coffee. We're going to talk a little bit at the beginning, and then we're going to move into some energetic processes like a guided meditation. Okay, so let's get started. I'm super excited to be here today with you guys, having this virtual class. First time I've done this. So thank you so much for supporting me in that. I know a lot of my friends and students and family are here, so that makes me feel really comfortable and at ease right from the beginning. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I know a lot of you know me already, but my name is Desirée Dunbar, and I'm a professional dancer, artist, teacher, performer, and also energy work practitioner. And with the energy work, I really got going with that many years ago and studying Reiki, because I felt like I needed a way to continue dancing as I became older and started to notice feelings and sensations in my body that were restricting me from doing the best job I could as a dancer in the company. So I started to explore ways to heal myself. And I had heard about Reiki, didn't know exactly what it was, but I started to explore it, and I found a wonderful teacher, Marie Zaff, who is out of the Zen Center here in Vancouver. She's a beautiful, lovely lady, Buddhist nun. And over the course of years, I received many attunements from her in order to access different energies to bring in to heal my body. And then I was allowed to sort of move into this more balanced place with my body and my mind, even connecting my body and mind more. So again, better able to do my job as a dancer, very demanding physically and mentally as well. So I would come home at the end of the day, and I'd be able to do some of this healing work, placing my hands over different energy centers in the body, bringing in energies in order to come into balance so that I could go to work the next day feeling refreshed and ready to go, to be the best artist I could, to be the best vessel I could for the masterpiece to move through me. And so from there, what I found was actually quite surprising. What I found was that I had a deeper connection to my faith, a faith in myself, like a comfort in myself, a grounded quality in who I was, but also a faith in something bigger. So source, oneness, love, deep connection to the universe. There's no way I could have expected that because I don't think I knew what that was before. And so I began to open up my ability and my permission levels to connect that energy. And that really is what has brought me to this point here, where I can become a facilitator of the work and to share my findings with you. And in particular, share the findings with artists and help facilitate and guide you as an artist on your path. One, because I'm really familiar with all the challenges, all the obstacles, internally and externally, the internal doubt and fear and questioning that arises, but also the external factors as well. And we can think about that as programming, societal programming, even programming from our ancestors that maybe feels like resistance or a block to being able to really step fully into our role and to fully even be able to say, I'm an artist. And to also feel that's an extremely valuable role in our world and an extremely precious gift and privilege. So many things. This is actually a really huge topic, so bear with me here. We're just going to focus in on a few things today. Just the idea here is as we're talking, we're bringing up conscious thoughts. We're allowing things to bubble to the surface, maybe feeling a little bit those moments of restriction or resistance or like something's being lit up in you, a bit of an uncomfortable feeling, and that's actually the goal. So we're going to welcome that sensation today. Yeah, so if we think about the role of art in our world, to me, it's this unraveling of awareness, moving deeper towards unearthing the mysterious nature of life, that which science cannot prove, but we can feel it deep within ourselves. The ephemeral, the thing that words can't even describe, but we know it's very real. Yeah, and I think that artists are doing this inquiry, and the art that they're creating becomes the pulse, the life force, and the blood that moves through our culture, creating the life within our culture. I can't even imagine a world without art. What would that be? And so we start to realize the value, the importance of art, how it brings joy to our life. And that's an important part of life. That's part of the fulfillment, part of the satisfaction, that we get to really experience this beauty and mystery, that ephemeral quality of life. So where can we go from there? So that is the role that art plays in our world. And the role of the artist, I talk about this a lot with my students in my classes, really sort of getting them to become more aware of how important their role is. And I feel personally my role is as a storyteller. So I am experiencing my world externally, what's happening around me, what's happening in the culture and the world, and also what's happening on the inside for me. What is my experience as a spiritual being, as a human? And so I began to tell stories through my dance that reveal the inside and the outside. And then these stories have a very specific lens. So they're coming from inside of me. I become the lens. And so that there's a uniqueness. There's a unique spin on things. And we're all unique. There's no one that's ever been like you before. There's no one that will ever be like you again. And when we start to realize this precious quality within us, that we are entirely unique, I feel it becomes extremely important to bring that forward into the world as a creative person, as a person who has a propensity to be creative and to release things into the world. That it's actually an expression of my uniqueness, of my preciousness. And that's a gift to be able to do that. And then the other role I feel I have, and I think other artists do too, is to become an open vessel. And as dancers especially, we experience this a lot. So again, I'm speaking through my lens as a dancer, my experience as an artist, but this can transfer over as a painter, as a photographer, as a musician, whatever your art form may be, whatever your medium may be. So that we become an open vessel, that we train to have energies move through us, even if we're not aware of it. That we become to open up to the flow of the universe. So for me, I've had these wonderful experiences on stage where I feel like I'm deeply connected to the flow, to the energy of the universe. And it's sort of like time slows down and I'm connected to everything. And I'm connected to nothing, as though nothing exists and everything exists at the same time. Very challenging to put it into words. And lots of times when I get off stage, when this happens, I can't even remember what happened. I even wondered if I performed that piece, if that event even happened. And so I see that as this connection to source, this deep opening, where source energy is coming through me, flowing through me, and even delivering a message through me. And so it's this beautiful act of co-creation between source, between me, again, my lens, my precious uniqueness, but also the choreographer. So the vision of the choreographer and her energy has also been moving through me as well. And then, of course, there's the other dancers, like other colors of paint on the canvas, and we're all working together. So it becomes a dance of co-creation. And when that is perfectly in sync, in those moments where it's so wonderful, we feel that connection. We feel that connection to the divine. And a deep sense of presence, a deep sense of meaning, and a deep sense of purpose. And to me, my goal as a human even is to get back to that experience as many times as I can. Even throughout my day, that's the intention. How can I be as present as possible? How can I be in my mission, in my purpose, experience deep meaning, satisfaction, deep connection with myself and others, so that life becomes beautiful and satisfying. And that's not necessarily easy. It doesn't necessarily happen all the time. But I do think that's the goal, and our art can bring us there. So it even brings more reason to practice our art, that it just simply brings us to the present moment. I had this really cool experience I just wanted to share. When I was at the Beyonce concert, well, Beyonce, as you mostly know, So I was there, and I was in the nosebleed section. And it was super cool because she had this stage, a mid-stage, down on the arena floor so that she could go back and forth between the traditional stage and then come more as if she was immersed into the audience. And my seat just happened to be looking down on that center stage, so I actually felt like I had pretty good seats at that point. So I got there really early. And I got there early, and I was even sitting by myself. I got a ticket last minute. And I went with the intention to study the energetics of the concert. I was starting to get into this energy work, the NLP systems, being really interested about how energy works, especially in performance and with artists, interaction between artists and the audience. So I was sitting there super early, just kind of checking it all out. And at one point I noticed this woman come in, and she came with a whole entourage. She came with other women who were with her and what seemed like were first aid workers. And she had really spastic movements, and I realized that she probably had a debilitating kind of disease like MS. But nonetheless, here she was at this Beyonce concert. And she made her way to the front, and they actually had to even restrain her to her chair so that she wouldn't be moving in an uncomfortable way. So she was really nice and upright in her chair. Then I sort of watched this all unfold, being very interested. And then, of course, forgot about it when the gold sparkles came out, confetti everywhere, and Beyonce came out, super exciting. And then later on in the concert, Beyonce came to the stage, and she came with all her dancers. They did this amazing number with gorgeous dancers, gorgeous movement, amazing music, special effects. And then it all kind of got quiet, and Beyonce came to this really beautiful, more quiet ballad. And the whole energy of the stadium just kind of came to that hush with that stillness. And it was quite amazing what happened next. So Beyonce came over, and she became aware of this woman. And the woman who had the MS was leaning up against the stage. So I could see her very clearly because the spotlight was on Beyonce and also ended up being on this woman who was sort of leaning over. And then Beyonce was singing away sort of halfway through her song, and she knelt down in front of the woman and started singing directly to her, really looking at her exactly in the eyes. It was incredibly moving and powerful. And in those moments, I think it was a minute, I'm not even sure, it seemed a long time, the woman became absolutely still, absolutely grounded. No spastic movements, no sense of disease or discomfort. And I could see the healing unfolding. Beyonce was offering this woman a healing. And then it all went back, got flashy again, like it never had happened. But it was one magical moment that I will never forget. So that brings me to the point that as artists, we're also healing. We're bringing joy, entertainment, liveliness to life. But in that moment, Beyonce had the generosity, even this super famous multi-millionaire pop star, to provide a healing to this woman who she likely did not know. So that's a great responsibility as an artist. We have this power. We're up in front of the public. What are we going to do with this power? And I also believe that we, in those moments, we're receiving the healing too. So Beyonce is emitting this beautiful love to this woman, and it's coming through her, it's arising through her, and she's also experiencing the clearing and the healing that is coming from that love. Pretty powerful stuff, very cool. So we can think about the things that stop us. So today we're talking about opening to fulfillment. So if we allow ourselves to have fulfillment, what are the obstacles that we come across? And there's lots of them. And I think it's really worthwhile to take a look at them because we deserve it. We deserve to have all our deepest desires fulfilled, all our dreams to come true. And we see it. We see it in Beyonce. We see it in lots of people. And no doubt Beyonce's had doubts too. So if we think about it in terms of there's internal factors, so the self-doubt and fear that arises, let's just take a look at that for a moment. So self-doubt is one example of an obstacle that will arise. But can we start to get familiar? So when self-doubt arrives during creative process, that we are like, hey, hello, self-doubt. I see you. I hear you. You're here again. And we're going to start to see it over and over again. And we start to recognize it. And in fact, we can thank it. Thank you, self-doubt. Because what is self-doubt doing? It's allowing us to inquire deeper. It means we're actually getting at the thing. We're getting at the thing that is going to move from the metaphysical inside of us to the physical. This piece of art, this dance, this sculpture, this painting. All of a sudden it's going to appear. But without moving through those layers of awareness, inquiring, questioning along the way, this thing will not appear in that form. So we get comfortable with self-doubt. It is okay. Even Leonardo da Vinci felt it. We feel it. It's okay. We can start to accept and allow. Okay. Another obstacle. Sometimes we feel like we're faking it. Like, I'm a big imposter. Like, someone's going to find out that I have no freaking idea what I'm doing. Why do I get to be a choreographer? Well, I get to be a choreographer because you say you are. And we practice. We hone our gifts. We have hours and hours of practice. And that's going to mean that we're going to produce something that is going to have some value and integrity. We do not need to have that fear of failure because we have honed, we have become masters of our craft. So if we can imagine that we are precious gems or stones, that we, when we're training, when we're practicing, when we're experimenting, we're honing that diamond or that gem. We're making it sparkle more and more and more. There's a preciousness there again. And I keep saying that word because I think that we are all really unique and precious beings, and that's important to acknowledge within ourselves. Okay, so fear of failure, self-doubt, all those fun things. And really what those are fears. And we can use that acronym, fear everything and run. So we can just pretend like the fear is gonna go away. We just kind of move it over there. And we've all tried that, and we all know it totally doesn't work. So the other one we can do is face everything. Face everything and recover. Takes a huge amount of courage. And we allow all those feelings to bubble up, bubble up. When they bubble up, it's an opportunity to clear. We can start to get excited. Hello, self-doubt, you're there again. Okay. Starting to clear it away. Yeah, cultivating that courage within ourselves because we know the goal is much greater than the fear itself. Whatever that goal may be for you, it might be very personal. It might just be to express yourself, to share something with the world, to make your mark in the world, to contribute. And that is so much more important than that feeling of fear that's causing the resistance. So keeping the goal in mind. We have to be very persistent individuals. Yeah? Persistent and resilient. Because it's not like we just get to a certain place with this, certain vibration, and everything's great. Everything's good now. I'm good. I'm good to go. I'm just going to make all this art so easily. Nothing's going to bother me. It's going to be wonderful. Got the recipe down. It doesn't really work like that. So we might as well just expect that there's going to be a lot of obstacles on the path. And just go with it. Let's work with them instead of against them. Let's move through them and bring in the learning as we go. Okay, that's a lot of information. So hopefully I'm totally triggering things in you right now. This is the goal. So let's just all take a nice deep breath together. We're going to be moving into a meditative process soon. I'm going to start to bring in some energies to assist us with clearing some of these limitations and obstacles that are coming up for us, clearing the energetic part of those obstacles to make some more space for our own spiritual information to come through. Feeling a little bit more comfortable and at ease in our role as artists. So some of the external limitations that come in include societal programming, beliefs, ancestral programming, beliefs, thought forms that are coming in externally around us and creating some kind of resistance. So some of those might be, if we just take a moment and think about what is the typical image of an artist. If we think of some of famous artists, George O'Keeffe, Martha Graham, two of my favorites, Frida Kahlo, Maya Angelou, women I deeply respect. But if we think of some of the programming around that, what do we notice? So what I notice when I meditate on it is a feeling that artist needs to be depressed, impoverished, struggling, having some deep, dark, soulful healing that needs to come in. That you have to be dead to be famous. You have to be dead to be successful. You're never going to make any money. And my parents don't want me to do this. They think it's going to be way too hard. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Yeah, so again, in order to succeed, it takes a lot of persistence within us. But we can think about that as a party. So if we think about that, I'm going to be poor, depressed, and suffering. That is one party that we can choose to go to. Okay, let's put that over there. And over here is another party. And this party is all about wellness. And by wellness, I mean feeling healthy, exercising, eating well, having really satisfying, meaningful relationships with yourself, with other people, all those good things. And also prosperity, that we can be prosperous. We can have a lot of abundance come in as artists. Yes, it is totally possible. And perhaps all we need to do is open up our permission levels for that to start to come in, for abundance to open, expand, become wider, deeper, and start to create a wonderful, massive reservoir of prosperity. Because what are we going to do with that money that comes in? We're going to have a lot of fun, which is a right and an obligation, a spiritual being. Why not choose to have fun? And also because we are good people, the fact that we are all here on this call today says that we want to contribute to the world. So we are going to use that reservoir, most likely, part of it at least, to contribute to the world. So for me, maybe it's making more programs to facilitate dancers in their training and moving into their potential. And you can fill in the blanks for you. So we just start to open up to this idea that abundance, prosperity coming in is really important as an artist, so that we can keep spreading the word. Okay, so we've got internal factors, external factors. Just taking a look at the role of the artist, realizing how valuable it is. And I really want to validate you for what you do, that I so appreciate what you do. And I appreciate that you're here on this call today creating this wonderful group energy. So we're going to start to move into an energy process now. And by energy process, what do I mean? What I mean is a process to bring in energies to heal, shift, clear, and transform energetic blocks around opening to fulfillment on the artistic path. And I'm very blessed, very grateful to have had wonderful teachers in this energetic NLP system. And I'm going to share some of those processes with you today. Very excited about that. And I know some of you have done them before, so you'll be very comfortable and at ease. And I'll be explaining them very thoroughly so that we all know what we're in for. Energetic NLP is a really powerful system originated by Art Geiser. Art Geiser is a wonderful, generous man, beautiful teacher, travels around the world sharing his trainings and this information with people from all walks of life. And NLP is neuro-linguistic programming, and it's a system that's been around for over 30 years to assist people in clearing limiting beliefs about themselves, opening to new paradigms and shifts, transformation, moving into their best self. So art has really combined spirituality and healing and this NLP transformation system together. He has had empowerments from the Dalai Lama, John of God in Brazil, to open him up to bringing in energies, opening up to more powerful energies to come in to assist others in clearing and healing. And I was first exposed to the system when I was in Tucson. I was there doing my master's in choreography, and feeling very blessed to have met Jeff Tambor, who became my teacher, assisted me in healing processes, and also started teaching me the techniques. I guess I had a certain affinity and resonance with it, and because I'm already a teacher, I just sort of naturally started to flow through me that he should teach me these techniques. So I'm super excited to share this with you today with their blessing. So what we're going to do now is a breathing exercise. So if you have a drink of water there, go ahead and take a sip of your water. Just get comfortable. I'm going to sip of my water. And there's no right or wrong with this. We're all going to have unique and different experiences. So first of all, let's just breathe together. Let's get present. Let's get in touch with our body. Start to integrate all parts of ourselves, spirit, soul, unconscious mind, conscious mind, body, all coming together, really connecting together, getting on the same page, communicating together to bring us through this process. Good, I'm going to breathe all together. Just get a nice tall seat and take a nice long inhale. Doing great. Long exhale. Notice how your shoulders can stay relaxed during the inhale. Notice your sit bones on your chair on the exhale. Feel nice and grounded and calm and alert. And let's breathe all together. You can follow along with the pattern. We're going to breathe in for 3. So a nice long exhale to start. And breathing in 1, 2, 3, and exhale. 2, 3, good. And 1, 2, 3, and exhale. 2, 3, nice. 1, long and slow. 3, and exhale. 2, 3, grounded. 1, 2, 3, and easy. 2, 3. Let's try 4. 1, 2, 3, a little more, extra sip and exhale, 2, release, 4, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, and lightness, easy, 3, 4, and grounded, heavy, 3, 4, and in, 2, relax, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 1 more, 1, 2, calm, 4, and letting go, 2, 3, 4, good, and relaxing, just noticing how the brain can really slow down into a different state just by breathing more deeply. And as I'm talking, if you feel any resistance coming in, like a strong sensation or emotion, come back to the breath, knowing it can bring you back to the present moment, connecting more to your body. Yeah, and we're going to create a powerful, energetic space for all of us to be in. So even though we're in different locations, maybe even different time zones right now, with quantum physics, we know that energy is non-local. So it means that just like prayer, in essence, it can travel over space and time to be just as effective as if we were all sitting in the same room together. And nice deep breath, inhale and exhale. Really great. Good. So bring out your inner playful child. We want to access our imagination for these processes. And as I'm speaking, you may really see pictures in your mind. You might feel like something's happening. You might just pretend, or you might have a little voice that's saying, I have no idea what's going on right now. And that's okay. We don't actually have to see things for this to be very powerful. You are still receiving the benefits on some level of consciousness. You're still receiving the benefits, even if you don't feel like anything is happening. So let's just trust, let's suspend our belief, trust in the process. So imagine that there's a beautiful gold sphere, and we are all inside the sphere. So let's create a gold bubble going around all of us. We could even pretend that we're playing that game when we're kids where you throw a parachute upwards and that we all sit on the inside, sitting on the inside edges, and it mushrooms over all of us. In a really safe space, powerful, energetic space for healing to come in. Clearing limiting beliefs, clearing out old energy to make way for more of your spiritual information. Good. Imagine you could shake up that globe like it's a snow globe. And beautiful flakes are going to start to swirl around and make them gold. Let's make them really powerful. Gold is a really spiritual color. Let's let those gold flakes just gently swirl around all of us. And each of our energies starts to dance around each other, creating this beautiful dance of energy. It's not that they're enmeshing, just that the energies are starting to move around and they're empowering one another. We're each empowering each other, really supportive, really validating each other, validating our uniqueness. And now from the earth, let's bring up a long cylinder that comes to the base of our sphere. A long cylinder. We're going to draw up earth energy up that cylinder, and it starts to playfully move in and dance around inside our sphere. And earth energy is like Mother Earth. Like in all cultures, the earth is Mother. And we're bringing in unconditional love, deep validation, unconditional love. This earth energy is overabundant. There's more than enough for everybody. You can access it at any time. Deep sense of motherly love coming in. Supporting all of us. Okay, just really breathing into that, staying with it. And now from above, bring in another cylinder to the top of the sphere. And let's bring in some universal energy, like archetypal fatherly energy, coming down another long cylinder, moving into our gold sphere, filtering in, perfectly mixing with the mother energy, with our energy. And it's as though the practical mother energy is in the father, and they're embracing our sphere, embracing us, really protecting us, supporting us in this process. And breathing that in, breathing it into all the cells in your body. And in the center, we're placing the intention that we are engaging this process to clear limiting beliefs, to clear blocks, to allow us to move into more fulfillment on the artistic path. And just by setting that intention, energy will start to flow in that direction. We don't have to know how we're doing that. We don't have to bring in our conscious mind at all. Let's actually put our conscious mind to the side, bring our spirit forward in the process, and trust in the process. Very nice deep breath. Good. And now with Energetic NLP, we want to bring our inner wisdom and our spirit together. Inner wisdom and spirit. So let's set that intention. Our inner wisdom is the inner knowing that we feel in our body, like a gut feeling, strong sensation in the body of knowing, connection to intuition. And spirit is a higher vibration, like the all-knowing, proud, perfect parent who wants us to do our best. So it allows us to make mistakes because they know learning is going to come in. So that is our spirit part of ourselves, higher vibration. So we're going to invite our spirit and our inner wisdom just to work together today in this process. Good. So when you notice resistance, like, I really don't know what that means, it's okay. Just stay with it. Through this process, you may start to feel like that starts to come together more. We'll just set the intention, the invitation is there, and just begin to observe and sense and feel what is happening. So let's put our inner wisdom and spirit fully in charge for this process. It's going to guide us through this whole process. You're going to come back to your breath, sense into the body, notice where the sensations are in the body, and breathe deeply. The sensation, staying with the sensation as you breathe. And we're going to let our awareness come to the center of our head. Center of our head. So imagine a line that goes between the eyes to the back of the head, and then from ear to ear. Two lines intersect. And at the intersection point, let's just let our awareness just sit there. Take a nice deep breath. Good. Shake up the snow globe again. Let's just let those sparkles really dance all around us. Nice. Doing great. Good. And now we're going to each ground. Let's bring up a new cylinder up to our pelvis. Each one of us is doing this. Just below the pelvis. And now drop some of that beautiful motherly earth energy up the cylinder, as though you are a beautiful tree and you're reaching your long roots into the earth. And you're drawing up nourishment up the roots into your body. And that earth energy is moving into every cell of your body. Every cell of your body, deeply grounding you. Allowing you to be grounded, calm, alert. Only your spiritual energy is grounded. Your spiritual energy is grounded. Breathing into that. Good. And the concept with energetic NLP is that in every interaction we have out in the world, other people's energy comes into our space, which is necessary for communication, and vice versa. And by coming into our space, I mean into our body, like energy coming into our body that we might absorb it, or into our energy field, which is in front, behind, side to side, and above and below. And it can be as though our gem, like our precious gem that is us, becomes coated with kind of grime or dust or layers, and with other people's energy, other people's programming and beliefs, and it might not be congruent with who we are. So the invitation here is starting to clear that away and clean it up a little bit. Good, so we start to bring in more of our own spiritual information and separate ourselves out from other people's wants, needs, and beliefs. Not that we won't connect with them, but for the purpose of this session here today, especially, we're bringing in our own spiritual information and connecting to our intuition. Good, so let's reaffirm our energy space. It's just gold sparkles, Beyonce sparkles everywhere. Reground, bring in a new tube of energy coming up to your pelvis, like that beautiful tree image, drop your energy. Imagine you have a magnet in front of you, a powerful magnet. And begin to playfully and soothingly scan your body, the front of your body with a magnet. It starts to move around the body wherever it wants to go. And it's going to draw out old energy that doesn't serve us today. Drawing out old energy that doesn't serve us. You don't have to consciously know whose energy that is or where it came from. Just seeing it like debris being drawn to this magnet. And with practice over time, this gets to be easier and quicker. You can end up doing it in just a really brief amount of time. If you haven't done this before, that's great. It might mean that there's more layers. Now create a long, beautiful cord that goes from the magnet all the way to the heart of the earth. And see this debris just flowing down like a beautiful river to the heart of the earth, where that debris is dissolved into the earth, even transformed, or even healed if necessary. You can imagine the magnet's like a little dust buster, and it's scanning, it's sucking up that old energy like cobwebs. And then all that debris into the heart of the earth to be transformed, dissolved, or healed. And now bring in another magnet to the back of the body, starting with the head. And just really playfully starting to scan the back of the head, especially behind the neck, where the skull meets the spine. And even start to bring in more magnets, one for the side of the body, one for the other side, all with long, beautiful cords. Go to the center of the earth, just extracting old energy out, sending it down to be healed, transformed. Keep breathing, those moments of resistance, pervading thoughts coming in. It's okay. Allowing them, coming back to the breath. The energy is coming in now, assisting you, whether you feel it or not. You'll receive the benefits. At the very least, you feel very relaxed. Really scanning around the hips, and the back of the sacrum and pelvis area. You can even thank that energy for being there. And just say thank you. That was really useful at the time. Allowed for communication and learning, connection. But in order to be calibrated for the present, we're going to let it go now. Looking up more to our spiritual wisdom. Allowing it to be more in the forefront, more present. Okay, send all that old energy down to the center here. Imagine there's crystals, powerful healing crystals, in the very center of the earth. And they're healing anything that needs to be healed, any of that energy that requires healing, a little extra TLC. Again, we don't have to know what exactly is being healed. The invitation is just there. And then come back to your breath, lots of breathing, ease in the body. And the mind expansive and open, coming to the center of your head. Bring in a large sphere above your head, 9 feet above your head now. Good, and keeping a playful quality. Bring out your inner playful child again. And create that sphere. Maybe it's like a VW bug or a basketball. Make it a gold sphere. That sphere becomes like a magnet, and any of your energy that's out into the world starts to come back from the past, from the present. Draw it back now from any of these interactions we've had with other people, even institutions, organizations. It's our right and obligation to be able to fill ourselves up. So draw it back now. And it fills up this beautiful sphere. You might see it like light coming in, or liquid, or you might just feel like something might be happening. Just breathing. You can let my words wash over you. And if I start to sound like Charlie Brown's teacher, that's okay. Some part of you is really taking this in. Yeah. Now imagine this sphere is like a washing machine on the spin cycle, and our energy starts to move. Pour in some gold liquid light, like liquid sunshine. And it starts to clear our energy even more, distilling it, making it more essentially our own. And see the other energies just flying out, being grounded down to the earth. And what we're left with is a beautiful, distilled energy that's uniquely our own. Breathe into that. All right, and very playfully, let's start to bring it down like a beautiful stream, down from the sphere and down to the top of our head. And very soothingly, the stream of our energy that belongs to us gently comes inside the head energy center. Moving all around the sinuses, even inside the inner ear. And as it does, it's clearing and healing. As the energy is moving out, our energy is filling up those spaces. Bringing healing, clearing blocks. And all the way into the throat. And around the heart energy center, the center of the chest, gently swirling around the outside of the center, moving into spaces, filling us up with our own essential spiritual information, allowing us to connect more to our intuition, making clearer choices, decisions, moving more skillfully and gracefully on our spiritual path and our artistic path, easily able to move through obstacles and to move forward. And all the way down to the pelvis, as though it's filling up the bowl of the pelvis. And liquid, cold sunshine. All the way down the legs, to the joints, kind of soothingly. All the way down to the feet. And it's a little bit like a choose your own adventure. You may notice other sensations that I'm saying. All the way down around all those little bones in the feet, right to the tip of the toes. Good, and destroy your old grounding cord now. That cylinder we brought up earlier. And let's create a new one. Bring up a new cylinder from the earth and bring up earth energy into your body, calibrating you for the present moment, and some grounding. Some of the shifts that are happening are perfectly grounded now. We've got more of our energy back to us. We want to really ground that. Only your energy is being grounded. Yeah, breathe into that. Good. Take a nice deep breath all together. Inhale. And exhale. Good. We're going to do another process, but first we're going to come back. So go ahead and come on back. Give yourself a little pat, wake yourself up. Deep breath. Go ahead and stretch, yawn, do whatever you need to do. Take a moment to do that. Good. I love doing this because I get the benefits too. It's really good. And our energies all feel really nice together. Okay, take a drink of water. If you need to go to the bathroom, now's a good time. And I have no idea how to answer questions on here, but if anyone has an observation or a question and knows how to send something maybe through the Q&A, feel free, and I can do my best to take a look at it. You might find that you feel kind of lightheaded or really heavy or really thirsty. You feel really hot. There's a lot of energy moving through the meridians, like in Chinese acupuncture, Chinese medicine. Lots of energy coming in. And we can always set the invitation that excess energy can move out the palms of the hands and also out the soles of the feet. So it feels like there's a lot coming in. Just release anything that's too much. Okay, I think, okay, got it. Okay, I think I can see where the questions are now. Just give me a minute. Okay. Oh yeah, messages are appearing. Okay, good. That was just you guys saying that you're here, so that's good. Does anyone have any interesting observations, or even not interesting, from that meditation, or questions? Any, what was easy about it? What was hard about it? What did you notice? Are you feeling anything in your body? Okay, no questions. That's okay. Okay, so it's really important that we finish today all together so that we can separate our energies out, because our energies have been really working together and dancing together. So we're going to want to bring all our energy back to us so that we can continue on our day. Yeah, so let's come back. Ooh, I have a question. Okay. Allison says, I felt a burning in my throat. Okay, yes. So with energetic NLP, lots of strong sensations can arise in the body, and that is resistance. We're starting to notice where the resistance might be held in the energy centers of the body. And if we think about the throat is really a place of communication, which is really important as an artist, that we're able to communicate. So that's interesting that that is where you're feeling that. That makes a lot of sense. So we're actually going to go through a process right now to clear some of those energy centers out. So I think this is going to help you on the way there. Let's just start to clear the energy in the throat area, especially. So feel free, if other things come up that you want to mention, that's great. By mentioning it, it actually allows other people to acknowledge experience in themselves in a future or in a session too. So it just brings a greater awareness of what's possible, what might happen. So then when we experience it, we start to recognize it as well. Okay, let's come back. So let's take some nice deep breaths together. Again, we're going to do one more process, then we're going to finish up. Nice deep breath. Thank you again for being here. It's really nice to have this powerful group energy, much different than just doing it on your own. Let's bring in an allowing quality. So just a real acceptance of everything we're sensing and feeling right in this moment. That it's okay, that we accept it. It is what it is. Really feel your seat on your chair, nice tall spine. Head is just floating like a helium balloon. And breathing. Now feeling compassion towards ourselves, that we become our own best friend. Okay, let's shake up our snow globe again. Lots of gold sparkles. We love the gold sparkles. Filtering in all around us, acknowledging our energy space here together, really safe. So for healing energies to come in, transformational energies. Okay, come to the center of your head. At the center of the head is the pineal gland. And it's a place of awareness, a place of opening our imagination, consciousness. And we allow our awareness to be there. Inner playful child coming out. Allowing your wildest imagination to be activated. Okay, come inside your head now and create a gold ball, like a snitch, if you read Harry Potter, like a Quidditch or like a tennis ball. Golden color, and on the outside are little brushes, like a vibrating electric toothbrush bristles. Those all around the snitch. Good, and place it inside your head, and very playfully is going to start to clear out any blocks around opening to fulfillment. So we're going to affirm to ourselves, I'm allowing myself to be fulfilled inside the head. So bring your awareness inside your head. I'm allowing myself to be fulfilled. Allow that snitch with the brushes to move around, clear, clean, transform. Any debris goes to the inside of the snitch. I'm allowing myself to be fulfilled. Nice deep breath. Good. Create a long cord from the snitch to the heart of the earth. And let all the debris just move down, way down to the heart of the earth to be dissolved, healed, transformed. Okay, we'll let that continue in the background. Now let's move to the throat energy center, powerful place of communication. Sensing into the throat, sensing into the body and the energy center. Energy centers are like chakras. They will use the term energy center. And bring a new snitch in there, the gold ball of the brushes, and let it start to really just gently, playfully move through all around the vocal cords, clearing, healing, all the debris moving to the center of the earth. Then with that awareness in the throat energy center, affirming to yourself, I am allowing myself to be fulfilled. I am allowing fulfillment. And just state it like it's something that's already happening. I am allowing fulfillment for myself. And the snitch is clearing away any blocks that arise. I'm going to let that continue in the background as well. Coming into the heart energy center. Good. Place where love, compassion comes in. Good. And any blocks that are there around allowing fulfillment. Maybe feeling like I don't deserve, I'm not good enough. We're going to start to clear any blocks that will allow us to move away from those sensations and more into the feeling of deep self-love. Allowing ourselves to be fulfilled. Okay, that snitch moves around, vibrates around, picks up old energies and sends them down to the center of the earth. And let that continue in the background. We'll continue to just sort of vacuum around in there as things are getting lit up. Come to the solar plexus. Solar plexus is just below the sternum. Powerful energy center about empowerment, stepping into our own power, really being active in the world, taking action. Okay, sense deeply into that space. Tends to be a lot of blocks there. Breathing into the space. Really sensing in your body, putting some breath. Let's bring in a few stitches now, as though they're like playful tennis balls that come inside the solar plexus and bounce around wherever they want to go. And they're going to clear, clean, transform all the energy that's there. And let's affirm in that place, in the body, in the solar plexus, I am allowing myself to be fulfilled. All the energy moves to the center of the earth to be transformed, healed. I'm allowing myself to be fulfilled. Good. And now go 2 inches behind the belly button. Yeah, 2 inches behind the belly button. Towards the spine. Then bring in the affirmation, I am allowing myself to be fulfilled. Really feel into that space. Bring in the affirmation, breathe with that. Good. And in the pelvis, the bowl of the pelvis. Sense into that space. Powerful energy center allows us to feel secure, grounded, safe. I am allowing myself to be fulfilled. It is safe to be fulfilled. It is safe to be fulfilled. Breathe into that. The old energy is grounded down to the center of the earth. Be healed. And I'm just going to stay with this for a couple more minutes. Inviting energies to come in now, like a beautiful cornucopia of energies, a mixture of energies that are going to come in, and our inner wisdom and spirit is just going to bring them in a way that's the perfect amount for us today, perfectly unique for us for what we need in our spiritual path. And I'm just going to stay with that for a couple minutes. I'm actually going to turn on some music. And all I have to do here is breathe. Attention to the breath. Having an allowing quality. You may notice energy coming in, or you may not. Some people are very sensitive to it, so probably not. It's okay. You'll still receive the benefits. I'll be here for another minute or so. Enjoy this moment that you're giving to yourself, like a gift. Nourishing yourself to better serve others. Good. And destroy your old grounding cord. Just imagine it's just dissolved down to the earth. Bring up a new one. And draw up a new cylinder from the heart of the earth. And draw up some beautiful, loving, motherly energy. It can also be like that feeling we have in a beautiful natural setting. I always get the feeling like I'm at my cabin at Gun Lake, that feeling of being pristine wilderness, calming and enlivening it as well. And bring that feeling into your whole body, your whole energy field, in front, behind, above, and below. And reaffirm your energy field like a big shape around you, very strong, very protective. You have the right and obligation to decide what energy comes into your space and what energy you take out. You have this shield there for a reason. We're going to start to slow things down. And what happens with this energy work is that things sort of shift and recalibrate in us, in our cells, in our being, and other people do notice. So let's just give them a little heads up ahead of time so that they're not surprised when they see us, including pets. So let's pretend we could make a little group email, like an energetic email that we're about to send. So you can design your own email, and it's going to be sent out to all the people in our inner circle or outer circle, letting them know that we've just done this process, open to represent. And that our energy may have shifted a little bit. Good. Now, go ahead and press send out to the universe. Excellent. Take a nice deep breath. Good. Energies are slowing down now. Notice your energy field. Just pretend it's there if you don't notice. It's okay. And imagine on the outside of the energy field are little points of light, like beautiful radiant stars or diamonds twinkle all around us. And for each point of light, it has an exact cell that it can beam into. Each point of light has an exact cell in our body that it's going to point into. It's a very grounding effect. So go ahead, let all those points of light radiate into the appropriate cell. Energy center and body perfectly aligned. Just setting the intention, we'll start it rolling. So I intend that my energy field and my body are perfectly aligned, grounding me, calming me, allowing me to be alert for all the things I need to do today. Good. And I want to acknowledge you all as vast and powerful beings, and that you're capable of carrying on with this process on your own. So over the next few nights, as you sleep, the process will be amped up again, meaning that as you sleep, it'll be enhanced, and any more clearing that is required to happen will happen. But during the day, you'll be really grounded, calm, and alert for all the things that you need to do, even open to delightful surprises. So more awareness of delightful surprises and more permission for those to come in. And breathing, allowing. Good. Notice our energies in our sphere. They've been dancing around each other, really helping each other out. So we can thank each other for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have really powerful energy here. Now invite your energy to come back. Just like we did with the sphere above our head. It's like we are a magnet. Our energy just comes back to us pretty easily. Notice our gold parachute coming all around us. Okay. And now let's just gently dissolve it so it could just float down to the earth, be absorbed by the earth. Dissolving the energy space we created. Dissolving the energy, but we've really absorbed the learning, recalibrated to open to more fulfillment on our path, both artistic and spiritual. Nice, that's looking really good. I don't know about you guys, but I feel really good right now. So we're going to finish up pretty quickly here. I'm just going to read one quote. This quote I read to my classes a lot, my dance classes, and I love it. Marianne Williamson is a spiritual author, speaker, and even a political activist now. And this is from her book, Return to Love, which probably some of you have read. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Well, actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that's within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And so we let our own light shine, and as we do, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And so by doing this kind of work that we're doing today, we're inspiring others to do the same. And by contributing to the world, we're inspiring other people to contribute to the world as well. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Does anyone have any questions? I know we don't have a lot of questions today. There's just a few of us on here now. But I'm going to sign off soon, but if anyone has any questions that they want to ask right now, I just want to thank you again. It's been an honor and a privilege to be here with you today, to come together to work on this really important topic. And do you have any announcements? We're doing a show April 10th and 11th at Moberly Arts and Cultural Center. And by we, I mean Dance, which is me, creating a new solo for myself. And also Warehouse Dance Collective, which is an amazing new dance collective with recent graduates from SFU. 3 lovely ladies have come together to share their talents with you. So I hope that some of you can make it to that. And I do plan to do more of these type seminars. So this was my first kick at the can. If anyone has any feedback, be happy to hear it. And hopefully I'll become more brave to publicize it a little bit more. For this one, I'm just super happy that I had a few good friends on here. So thank you again. Well, I hope you have a lovely day full of delightful surprises. Feel free to email me if you have any questions as you process, as this sort of settles in. If you have any amazing things that happen in the next few days that really relate to this topic, feel free to let me know. Okay, thanks everybody. Namaste.